Your next bout is a bantamweight bout scheduled for three-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, SAMMY CACERES Perez.
My name is Brown Sugar Sammy. I'm 3-1 and fighting out of CMMA, California. I think fighting is in my blood. I come from a lineage of warriors. I think it's inevitable for me to be in the circumstances that I've put myself into. Yeah, when I was around 12 years old, my mom didn't want to sign me up for any taekwondo classes, no boxing classes, nothing, you know? My grandma was sweet enough to pay for some classes so that I could do that. And here I am, 10 years later on the same journey, you know? The meanest thing I could say about my opponent, I probably shouldn't say it. All right, the meanest thing I could say about my opponent is probably that he pulled out on me twice. I don't think I'm a very intimidating person, but I can understand why he's scared of me. I mean, a lot of people have ducked me, a lot of people have not wanted to fight me, a lot of people have pulled out of my fights. It's like, that's just facts. Your actions speak louder than, you know? The actions speak louder than anything. My strengths as a fighter, I'd say, is my adaptability. I feel like I could adapt to any situation. You know, anything thrown at me, I could, you know, switch it up. Yeah, really, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's supporting me, you know, inside the cage, outside the cage, my teammates, my family, my friends. It just means the world. I'm Brown Sugar Sammy, and I'm up next.
SAMMY CACERES Perez out of CMMA, Chad George and company, and what a gym that's been when you think of up next fighting. CMMA has had their stamp all over this promotion.
It's a shark tank, Todd. There's nothing but dangerous, sharp-toothed animals that swim in that gym. SAMMY CACERES is not going to see anything inside that cage that he has not seen before in the gym. Student of Chad George. You know, this guy's got well-rounded mixed martial arts. His favorite fighter, none other than the Iron Mike Tyson himself. You know, his strengths, being able to adapt to any situation. Loves doing anything outdoors, outside of the cage, making money and chilling with his dogs. Sounds like a good time to me, Todd.
Absolutely, and no stranger to up next fighting is SAMMY CACERES, coming off of a UNF 3 victory over Emmanuel Garcia Canseco, who was 1-0 at the time. And he credits a lot of that to CMMA, where he said it is a tough room. He's been taking beatings there for 4 years so he can dish them out to his opponent in the up next cage. As we take a good look at Brown Sugar Sammy. He said, did CACERES, that he wants to join the ranks of the sugar fighters, the likes of Sugar Ray Leonard and Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Well, let's see if the Sugar Show takes off tonight.
There you go.
Some last-minute face paint, some war paint being applied by the cut man. SAMMY CACERES. You know, of all the fighters we interviewed, Todd, this guy was all smiles. He was chomping at the bit like a racehorse, ready to step inside the up next fighting cage. And I cannot wait to see what he has in store for us tonight.
No question, CACERES got his eye on the prize, wants to win a title here in the Rising Stars division, a state title in camo in California. Learn from the experience, collect data, as he said, and then eventually make his way to the professional ranks. Thus far, on track, winning record 3-1. All his wins coming by decision. His lone loss and knockout to Brandon Spencer is also in UNF action. As Brown Sugar Sammy gets ready to step into the cage and step into competition. And we see it, Brown Sugar Sammy stepping into the cage. The youngster, 22 years of age from CMMA, comes in with a winning record of 3-1. All his wins by decision. He can go the distance, as now we await his opponent.
And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, HAMLET GRIGORYAN.
The opposition for SAMMY CACERES is this man, HAMLET GRIGORYAN. Both fighters 22 years of age. They've got opposite records, 3-1 for CACERES, 1-3 for HAMLET GRIGORYAN. We talked about the camp at CMMA. How about GRIGORYAN, who's representing Heihn MMA?
Heihn MMA is one of the top grappling schools in the world. Head coach Gokor Trevichyan is one of the best grapplers who's ever stepped on the mat. A world champion, and he produces world champions. There he is right there, the man himself. You see Dave Roberts in the corner of the Armenian sniper tonight. HAMLET GRIGORYAN looking to come off, looking to turn things around tonight, Todd.
Dave Roberts, a great fighter in his own right, professional driver as well. And you take a look here at Grigoryan, who looks to turn things around in the record books. He's coming off of a UNF 2 loss by split decision. Close call, back to the drawing board, and looking to right the ship here. Grigoryan does have knockout power, as he had a round 1 KO over Janeef Tucker. As we take a good look here at HAMLET GRIGORYAN, two fighters, 22 years of age, looking to continue to move up the ladder, which it's all about here in the Rising Stars division. Grigoryan stepping into the cage as you take us through the keys to victory.
Grigoryan has to get inside the range of his opponent. If he can land those big sniper shots, it could be a long night. If he brings the fight to the mat, it could be a long night. His opponent has to avoid those situations and try to maintain dominant position throughout.
Let's set the stage. Back to Adnan Qureshi.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a bantamweight bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds, sponsored by CarShield. When the bell rings, your men in charge, Chris Levin, and your judges, Don Howard, Jonathan Romero, and Raphael Davis. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, from Los Angeles, California, representing CMMA, standing 5'7" tall and weighed in at 134.6 pounds. He's coming in with a mixed martial arts record of 3-1. This is Brown Sugar, Sammy Caceres Perez. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, from Yerevan, Armenia, representing Heihn MMA, standing 5'6" tall and weighed in at 136.2 pounds. He's coming in with an MMA record of 1-3. This is the Armenian sniper, HAMLET GRIGORYAN.
Stage is set for this battle at 135 pounds in the Rising Stars division. Let's take a look at how these two match up at the tail of the tape. Two young fighters, both 22 years of age, opposite on the win-loss record so far.
Yeah, pretty much evenly matched until you get to the reach section. Sammy Caceres is going to have a little bit of length on his opponent, so Grigoryan's going to have to step inside the danger zone if he wants to land.
Bell sound set for our first of 3 scheduled rounds. Caceres out of the blue corner, taking on Grigoryan. Boy, fireworks early there, Jonathan.
Yeah, Grigoryan's got both guns loaded, and he came out chucking.
And Grigoryan does have knockout power. The lone victory in his career, a round 1 knockout over Janeef Tucker. In the past, all 3 of Grigoryan's losses by decisions, he's gone the distance. On the flip side, Caceres, all 3 of his victories have gone to decision, gone the distance. He's been banking rounds. And his one loss, a knockout loss there in round 1 to Brandon Spencer, so might be susceptible, might fall into the hands, the dangerous hands of HAMLET GRIGORYAN.
Yeah, you see Caceres trying to establish the jab here, keep his opponent at range, but Grigoryan exploding through the danger zone and landing big shots so far in this first round.
Both come in from great camps, big right hand there, attempt by Grigoryan. Caceres out of CMMA, camp that has scored so many victories here. And up next fighting, misses the head kick there, and making him pay for it. Boy, there's some speed in those hands of Grigoryan.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of power too. He clipped him good there.
And of course, Grigoryan representing Heihn MMA. 2 great camps. Locking horns here in the up next cage.
I think Caceres is doing a little bit of overcommitting on that jab, and that's what's bringing him into the impact zone for Grigoryan.
Nice. Working off that jab. Again was Grigoryan. Counter-striking there is Caceres. A stand-up affair early in the first of 3 scheduled rounds.
You know, Todd, having a reach advantage doesn't always translate to being the longer fighter. Sammy Caceres has got to learn to fight long. He keeps overcommitting and landing inside the impact zone, and Grigoryan keeps landing those big, big shots.
Grigoryan's got that stocky powerhouse frame. You can just tell he's got some dynamite in those hands, does HAMLET Grigoryan. Under a minute to go here in the first round.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah, getting the hands going now is Sammy Caceres.
Ooh, big head kick and a right hand from Grigoryan.
Good sportsmanship going downstairs there was Caceres, looking to go to the body to open up the head.
I'd like to see Grigoryan doing a little bit more touching before landing the big shots. Everything he's throwing has power behind it. Bad intentions in every punch.
Now shooting in, looking for the takedown, nullified nicely by Caceres.
Heavy hips on that sprawl. Beautiful job by Brown Sugar. Able to withstand the takedown attempt of HAMLET Grigoryan.
And Brown Sugar Caceres wants to join the likes of Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Sean, all the sugars. Lots of sugars in fighting over the years. The first round comes to a close. Great action, a stand-up affair for much of the very first round. HAMLET Grigoryan looked to punctuate things with a takedown late. Wasn't able to secure it.
Don't worry, it's fake. Let's go. Fake bomb. Let's go. Fake class.
Oh, I'll do it. I swear on my mother's grave.
Fake threat. Fake dead guy. Fakes like those don't scare me. But fake meds, that's a different story. Verify your meds with Safe.Pharmacy. Protect those you love from bad meds.
Both with some good stuff there in round one, and here's where the corners come in and are so important. You can see Chad George in there going over the game plan. What adjustments do you see happening in round two?
Like I said, Caceres has got to fight long. He's got to fight longer. He can't overcommit.
Let's take a look at the unofficial scorecard as John King scores it. How do you see it so far?
I got a 10-9 for the Armenian sniper, HAMLET Grigoryan, firmly in control after one.
Grigoryan, more volume in his striking, more meaningful strikes in round one, it would seem. But some good stuff for Caceres as well. Showed his toughness, took those strikes, countered with some of his own, was able to stuff the takedown late. We'll see if Brown Sugar can get some sweet offense going here in round number two.
It's like a little bit of an equipment malfunction there. Dave Roberts trying to set everything straight for HAMLET Grigoryan before we get going here in the second frame.
There you have it, and the official crippler, Chris Lieben, in there, getting a good look, making sure everything is on the level. Great to see Lieben in the up next cage, is it not?
It's great to see Chris Lieben still involved with the sport. He's an absolute legend, and legends never die, they just grow, and it's nice to see the crippler's legend still growing.
Interesting point to be made that we haven't touched on yet. There's some flex in the round lengths of the Rising Stars division. You see a lot of 2-minute rounds. These two, because of their experience, both came in with 4 fights under their belts. So this fight consisting of 3 3-minute rounds.
That's right, Todd. As you get older in the amateur ranks, they take off the shins and give you more time to apply your trade. And that's exactly what these guys need, is more time inside the cage.
Boy, more just short power punches there by HAMLET Grigoryan. It was effective with his striking in round one, and more of the same thus far.
Caceres not throwing a lot here. He seems to be, nice jab from Caceres. Catching Grigoryan backing up.
And I'm not surprised, even though, he's maybe hasn't won the striking battle, I'm not surprised that Caceres hasn't abandoned that, as he was 4-0 as a kickboxer. He's got a lot of success on his feet and trying to make something of it.
And he's doing a good job of cutting off the cage right now, backing Grigoryan up against the cage here.
Trying to blitz out was HAMLET Grigoryan. You got that powder keg mentality in this one that something could explode at any second.
You know, there's a lot of energy in the strikes of Grigoryan. Oh, you got clipped there, Todd, right on the temple.
As we said, Caceres going to maybe stick with the striking. Now trying to attack from angles here.
I see Grigoryan breathing out of an open mouth, perhaps a little bit tired here. He's invested heavy in those big strikes, Todd. Like I said, They eat up a lot of oxygen.
Coming up on a minute to work. More blitzing offense there by HAMLET GRIGORYAN. And again, you know, if you're Caceres, do you try and establish the jab here and fight from range?
Yeah, that's exactly what you got to do. Keep working the jab, but he's got to pump it more. He's got to throw it more. He's not throwing it enough. There you go. Follow it up, double it up, triple it up. Follow it with the right hand. Keep your punches long and straight.
See, there you had Caceres kept him on the outside. These punches missing there by Grigoryan because he can't get in that impact zone, as you have called it throughout the fight.
Yeah, you see Caceres is doing a great, now he's fighting long. This is exactly what he should have been doing in the first round. He's pumping that jab, keeping Grigoryan at range.
And Caceres is really dictating the pace right now as well, Jonathan, because of that.
He's cutting off the cage, like I said. He's pushing Grigoryan around. I'd like to see Grigoryan establish himself in the center of the cage like he did in the first round.
So he's getting his distance, he's getting the timing, but is he doing enough offensively in your estimation, Caceres, at this point?
You know, in this round, he's definitely landed the more effective shots. He clipped Grigoryan a couple times, so far in this round, I have Brown Sugar winning, so.
Well, we'll go to your unofficial card momentarily, but certainly a better round there for Brown Sugar Sammy Caceres, who seems like he found a successful range to fight at. And when he did, that took away a lot of those primary weapons that were so effective for Grigoryan on the inside in round one.
Don't worry.
It's fake.
Let's go. Fake bomb. That's good.
Fake class. Oh, I'll do it. I swear on my mother's grave. Fake threat. Fake dead guy.
Fakes like those don't scare me. But fake meds, that's a different story. Verify your meds with Safe.Pharmacy. Protect those you love from bad meds.
Let's take a look back at some of the action, one of the meaningful strikes here of the second round. Take us through it here, Jonathan.
You see overcommitting, beautiful left hand right on the temple. Grigoryan perhaps a little bit shaken there.
And now we're gonna take a look as John King scores it. We're gonna see how you have it after two.
So far, I have HAMLET GRIGORYAN winning the fight, 20-18. So far, he's firmly landing the bigger shots. Tough round to score, but I'm giving it to Grigoryan.
There you have it. All right, Jonathan giving his thoughts, but again, we saw that effective shot there by Caceres on the temple, certainly registered with HAMLET GRIGORYAN. And we'll see if Caceres can effectively fight the distance here as he did in round two. And if this goes the distance, it'll be interesting to see how the judges scored that second round. Certainly a case could be made for Brown Sugar Sammy there. Third and final round, you're in the Rising Stars division. Who wants it more? Who's gonna dig down, find that little something extra? Put the exclamation point on this fight.
Right now what you're seeing is nobody wants to be the first to make a mistake. Both these fighters are trying not to overcommit. They don't want to give an opportunity for their opponent to land, because in a close fight like this, one big shot could be the determining factor.
Absolutely, and ironically enough, it's Grigoryan trying to work off the jab. Now answering with the same strategy is Caceres.
Nice leg kick from Grigoryan.
Really was nice. The takedown hasn't been there for Grigoryan, but he's been able to score with a couple successive leg kicks here in the last few seconds. If he keeps doing that, it might open up the takedown late in the fight, which will certainly bolster Grigoryan's chances.
I just don't see enough volume coming from Sam. He's in a position to land, but he keeps preferring the counter strike here. He's got to lead the dance if he wants to take control.
Especially if he's in a hole, a pit to climb out of here on the scorecards. Coming up, close to 90 seconds remaining in the fight. Who's gonna uncork that offense? Who's gonna pull the trigger?
Ooh, big left hand, right combination from Grigoryan. Thudding blows, Todd.
Sure was, and again, to your point, Caceres looks like he wants to hang in there and counter strike, but time is a-ticking.
Oh, another crisp left-right hand from Grigoryan.
Seeing some late fireworks in this one as Caceres trying to close in, but more power punches on display by HAMLET GRIGORYAN.
You know, it's not enough to wait for the counter, Todd. You got to instigate the counter by throwing feints, creating fakes, and drawing the counter out of your opponent so you can counter his strike. It's not enough to sit back and wait. You got to actually instigate the counter.
We got HAMLET in there, and it's to be or not to be the victor. Who wants it more? Who can uncork? We've got close to 20 seconds remaining here in the fight. It's go time. Combination there by Caceres late. We heard the corner say, give it all you got. Time to unload, 10 seconds to go now. Now or never. Fight comes to a close. Testament to these two tough athletes. But again, a testament to the matchmaking in the Rising Stars division. Evenly matched athletes looking for victories early in their career.
Yeah, Ryan Buckner's done a great job with the Rising Stars as you see him step inside the cage right now to award the winner with his prize. But he's doing a great job of matching these young amateurs, creating great matchups that entertain everybody, including you and I.
No doubt about it. And what I love is the sportsmanship, such a pillar in this great sport. Two great camps went head-to-head in CMMA and highest stand MMA. And these two conducted themselves with class early in their career. And that's a testament to their coaching as well.
All love inside the cage now.
Bell to bell, you take them to hell, and then you settle your differences after. Take us through some of the action here.
You see Grigoryan just chucking bombs. He was throwing bombs the whole fight. A lot of them landed there. You see him knocking Caceres to the ground, shooting for a takedown, not able to. Sammy Caceres did a great job to defend. Beautiful left hand to the temple from Caceres. You know, that second round was a lot closer than I'd like to think it was, but, you know, the fight, absolute war between these two young guys.
It really was, and great stuff on display by both. There you see Dave Roberts in there with Grigoryan. Team Highstand's got to be impressed, but minutes away from making it all official. We'll see who the judges think did enough to take home the all-important victory. Great action in the Rising Stars division. And again, for my money, a lot of these Rising Stars athletes really carry themselves like pros already so early in their career.
Well, that's a testament to the platform that they're fighting on. You know, Up Next Fighting gives these young fighters an opportunity to fight under the bright lights in a big show with a lot of people watching. So the platform that we're giving these young guys, it's exactly what they need to vault them to the next level of the sport.
It is a launch pad, to be sure. We've seen it firsthand. As numbers are being crunched, math is being tabulated as these two tough athletes await to see who's going to take home the victory and who's going to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, we talked about that MMA math, those 10s and 9s, adding up to the square root of Adnan Qureshi.
And speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Adnan back in the cage. Let's make it all official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the judges have reached a decision. Judge John Romero scores this bout 29-28 in favor of Grigoryan. Judge Rafael Davis scores this bout 29-28 in favor of Caceres Perez. Judge Don Howard scores this bout 29-28 in favor of your winner via split decision, fighting out of the red corner, HAMLET GRIGORYAN!
Grigoryan scores the victory. Power punches open the door for the win, and the Schmo is standing by with maybe a pro in the making.
HAMLET GRIGORYAN brings his record up to 2-3 as an amateur, and as you mentioned, perhaps it's his turn to take the next step. We'll see what he has to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner by split decision, HAMLET GRIGORYAN. HAMLET, when it went to the judges' scorecard, how confident were you that you won this match?
Ես կարծում եմ, որ բոյը հավասար գնաց, որովհետև ես ու երկուսս էլ նույն մակարդակի կպտում էինք, երկուսս ստրայքինգ էինք անում։
He said that he was very confident. He said that it was a close fight. It was a great exchange, and he felt that he won.
What do you feel like you could have done differently to have a more confident victory on the judges' scorecard?
Ուզում էի ավելի շատ takedown անեի, բայց մարտը որ գնաց, փորձեցի striking անեմ։
I was trying to score a takedown to get a confident win, but I still feel like I won the striking exchanges and the fight was mine.
Well, sir, you're still young in this sport. How soon would you like to return fighting inside the cage?
I'm ready to go whenever, whenever George tells me he's ready to go and be up next again.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner. Let's continue the show. John and Todd, back to you.